All right, we are live. Welcome to Destination Divergence. Previously, you all were traveling out of passage, but needed to return for a few things here and there. Some warm clothing, as the warm streets of Passage had made it hard for you to tell that it was becoming so cold outside of Passage, and soon after leaving, it began snowing quite heavily. So you doubled back for some winter clothing and a few replacement horses, since a few of them were recently killed, unfortunately. In the meantime, some of your party members decided that it would be best to stay for a bit and see if they could repair the Warforged Titans that had previously ambushed the party. It was a success, though you have not yet been able to power them on. You have a pretty good idea of how you will do so in the future. The night after that, Leroy spotted a cart approaching, with a man who got out and started to address the party, asking if the party knew anything about, whatever happened up the road. It has not been specified yet. Things have gotten tense very quickly, and an aggressive action has already been made, or called out at least. So, I would like all of you to roll for initiative.
Alright, lot riding on this. I was very much planning a fireball last time.
Ooh, 5.
It's a good thing I have a history of great initiative rolls. It's middle of the road.
Alright, that's not a number.
Ooh, that's a natural.
God damn it.
I think that's a 21 for character. So.
Alright. Leroy was a 14. Okay, I think that's everybody. Very good.
What is that thing that Nakareth has? Or sent?
What?
What's that symbol?
The number 5?
5?
I'm gonna send you guys a screenshot.
Oh, is it in a language? He sent it in a language, I think, yeah.
Oh no.
Gotcha. Yeah, you guys in the chat, you can choose what language you want to say things in, and then everyone else can only read them if they have that language. Things like that.
Oh, son of a bitch, that's Celestial!
So that's funny.
I almost did that, but then I realized I speak one language.
Alright, Milos, you are up. You cannot currently see the target, but somewhere up here is where Leroy and everyone has been pointing.
Somewhere up where?
Up in this general direction.
Okay. I'm gonna take a couple steps over here and call it good.
Okay.
Just in the middle of the fire. Just through the fire.
Why not,
No
right?
big deal.
Karik, you are up.
Alright, just a second, I'm loading up the game.
And just as a check, the music is working, yes, or?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's dope. For now.
For now. Fingers crossed.
So, where is everyone pointing?
Kind of up in this general area, just outside your view.
Let me see about one and see where you point. Where was it?
Like up here on the road, out of your view, somewhere.
Gotcha.
You know there's a cart. You know there's a man talking from that direction, but you can't currently see him from where you are.
Alright, let's see.
Ooh, wow.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's see. At that point, I'm just gonna have my dog. And that'll be my turn. That's all.
What was that?
Oh, I'm just gonna have my dog move, and that's my turn.
Is it not moving for some reason?
Sorry, I was just trying to get it straight.
Gotcha. So yeah, Karg, now that you're a little closer, you can see this guy is trying to fiddle with the cart.
Sorry, like my computer is so slow right now.
No worries.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Leroy, you're up.
Sure. 20. 30. I would like to hand off the Shield of Sentinel to Drost. Is that an action, bonus action?
It would be an action to doff it if you currently had it equipped,
Sure.
and then
Yes.
you could like leave it on the ground next to him or something.
I'm going to, yeah, in whatever way I can transfer it to him, I'm going to take it off and
Okay.
get his problem. And then with my final 5 feet of movement, I will, I'll centralize just a little bit more. And bonus action, I will hex him and give him disadvantage on intelligence checks.
Okay.
I don't know how many of those there are, but
We'll call that hex for now.
alright.
All right. Faye, you were up.
All right. So, based on last time, I thought that I had some sort of eye on where the target was here, but like based on what I can see, based on this map, I see
Yeah.
absolutely nothing over there.
It was a little bit confusing last time because I was describing things visually for Leroy because Leroy could see everything, but I did not properly specify that only Leroy could see from there.
Okay. All right.
So that is my bad.
No worries. Look, I'm gonna. I'll run the slow ass 30 feet up there.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna cast. Let's see, what can I just cast for the hell of it?
You do know the general
Alright.
area would be like in this area if you have like a big AoE thing, but you don't know if there's allies in that area now either.
Oh wait, in which area?
You know that it's on the road, right? And you know it's in this general direction is where the sound came from. So if you want to just throw something blindly, you could. Whether or not that's a good idea is up to you.
So wait, do you think I can? Because this is more of like a character question than me. Like, do you think I have a good enough idea to land a hit that has a 40-foot diameter on the target?
Since you heard him speak fairly recently, you'd probably have a pretty good shot of that. Yeah, a 40-foot diameter.
Yep. 40 foot total.
I mean, yeah, you can pick a spot. I'd say you'd have a pretty good idea. Yeah, it's definitely on the road somewhere. It's a cart that came in and stopped, and Leroy stopped at the first spot that he was able to see it. If that helps you math out the area at all.
All right. Oh,
You also did just see Karik dash off into the darkness in that direction as well, so it's kind of a tricky play.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast a fireball. It is going to be careful. So
Okay.
I'm going to dock my point for no ally damage.
Just want to
And-
double check the careful feature as well to see if you need to see him to make it careful. Nope, that does not specify you have to see him. You're good.
All right. I 40 feet is so big. What can you point for me somehow the direction from the fire that Leroy ran,
The direction that Leroy ran?
or that whoever ran like in a beeline towards the target?
Yeah, basically directly diagonal. He was like here-ish. Kind of ran off in that direction.
All right. Then I'm gonna. How can I best display for you the radius?
There's the second tool down. You can make a circle template there.
Yeah. All right.
So I guess it would be a 20-foot radius circle wherever you want to start it from.
It's not doing anything when I'm making it, or maybe it's putting like a million of them down on the map and I just can't see them.
That is correct, yes.
Oh fuck.
So make one where you can see it and then move it.
Sorry, this is a whole fucking thing.
There you go. There's a 20-foot circle for you. Maybe you can put your cursor where you want me to move it. And, yeah.
Okay, let me do that for you. Hold on. Drop it right where I am right now.
Okay. So, you cast the spell, you curl up the fire in your hand and fling the bead outwards, and it arcs, as you see it travel, it travels over top of the cart and lands right behind it, out of range of it.
Does it?
So you were the entire radius of that was just past the cart as you see the fireball explode.
Didn't we say before it was 120 feet from the? It was about 120 feet from the cart.
Yes. The
Technically, if the bead hits anything, it blows up. So unless he was trying to arc it on purpose.
the spell fireball says it just streaks to a point you choose within range.
Oh. I might be confusing it with an older edition.
That is possible. There's other spells that do that, like catapults will collide with things in the way of the beam, but
Oh, I'm butthurt. All right.
the 120 feet. It's like there. The movement ruler works a bit differently because it counts 5 feet diagonally and then 5 feet over in different directions and calculates the total movement it would take you to get from a point to a point. So I guess there was some
that
some confusion there. Yeah.
Yep. Well, fun.
Sorry about that.
Does
But-
anything catch on fire and let the rest of us see things?
So it landed in the snow, and you all got a flash of it. Let's see if I can. If there's a way I can like quickly flash the a light or something. So you see this there. You see a cart there. It landed about back here, and then yeah. Not to scale light, but that's the flash of light you guys saw. Alright, anything else, Faye?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. At this point, the man at the cart finally manages to open it up, and several corpses tumble out, you see, Karik and Leroy. Don't think Drost is quite in range. You see more corpses inside, but these are the first couple that have plopped out onto the ground. This first one is going to, the man commands, "Go! Attack them!" These corpses will begin shambling out, and they were prone to begin with, so don't have much movement at the moment. This first one will be able to reach Patch, and it is going to swing out with its arms, just wildly swinging at it. That'll be a miss. The next one can only make it there for now. This one will make it here for now. A couple more take another second to stumble out of the cart, but that as far as they make it for now. Nakareth, you're up.
Alright, cool. As a bonus action, I'm going to summon my arms and my spirit visage. Visage of the spirit. Which will give me dark vision, or the ability to see in darkness, both magical.
How far?
120.
Okay, you should be able to see it now.
Yeah. I can see everything. That's a lot of zombies. Okay.
You can see more in the cart that have not made it out yet as well. Just bodies piled onto each other in rows and stacks.
Oh, perfect. Here, with my 45-foot move speed,
Okay,
and attack that first zombie twice.
go for it. I did not see your question until now, Leroy. The snow is deep, but it's very light and powdery. It's not very easy, not very hard to walk through.
Oh, that's not. Oh, well, 27. I assume that's a hit.
27 is a hit. A 6 is not. A 6 damage. Yes. Okay. Good.
Second attack. 8.
23 also hits. Yep. And then that's 8 damage. As you swing with your two astral arms very quickly, it already looks very hurt.
Ooh. Alright, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Drost, you're up.
Oh boy. Well, after the shield gets tossed at him, he's gonna stick it in the snow. Hopefully that's like a free object interaction.
What are you doing? Sorry, I was reading.
Basically, he's gonna catch the shield as Leroy throws it at him. He's just gonna
Sure.
stick it edge down in the snow. just as like a stay here kind of thing.
Okay.
So he's gonna pull out his sword with his left hand. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty good crowd of zombies. He saw the fireball earlier, and he's thinking to himself that's a pretty good idea right now. So he's gonna pull a bead off his necklace,
Alrighty.
and he's gonna toss it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's see. I haven't, how do you draw these? Is there any way to make
Something
these?
like that. Where do you want to put that?
Yeah. Yeah,
We've got it already. Nice.
oh, how do I... Aha. So put it right. 1 there.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And I'll just lob that bad boy in.
Okay. What is the DC for the bead?
Looking up Dex 15.
15. Okay. Time to roll some saving throws.
Yeah, rip them. Rip Dex save.
Don't get back up. There are not too many.
You do not have any dark vision, Faye, so you only see what is in the light. Okay, roughly half of them passed actually, but it's still probably going to be a lot more damage than they could take. So go ahead and roll the damage on that. Oh, you already did.
26 fire.
Okay,
Ignore the 3 custom.
gotcha. Okay.
I don't think I get giant smite damage on a fireball.
Okay, so half of them just light on fire immediately and start burning. The other half kind of pull up their arms and shield themselves from the blast, but even their arms begin to burn and they start to melt away. Okay, 26 total. Yep, okay. The ones that lit on fire just fall to the ground into the snow, and the snow begins to melt around them and form steam as they just collapse and stop moving. This one is dead. 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 And the last one there next to him is alive. You see some fire kind of scorch its way into the cart as well, but the cart's still kicking around. You think there's still some bodies in there that are able to roll out.
Alright. And that's the end of that one.
Okay.
So it looks like there's some bodies that are still kicking around inside the cart.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to action surge,
Okay.
No.
and I'm gonna hit the same exact location with another fireball.
The same location. Okay. Go for it. Same location.
Wonderful.
Some more saves.
And that's another 27 fire damage.
Okay.
You asshole. It's
Go betrayed.
wonderful.
And then I'm gonna take, let's see, 2 more steps up next to Carrick.
Okay.
And
Just
then,
double fusion grenade them.
yep.
What if you set them on fire?
Thanks to the cover, only 2 of them fail. And so you see just 2 more bodies just flop out onto the ground, burning and screaming. This one here also dies. But you got a few of them. I also need to roll for the Necromancer, don't I? He was in that last. I was so busy rolling, like, infinite zombie dexterity saves. Alright, so he was in both. Yep. Alright, so that's 2 dex saves from him. One is a pass, one is a fail. The first one was 26 damage, the second one was 27 damage. So he'd pass the first one, fail the second one, for a total of 40 damage. Fire damage.
Yep.
As he suddenly finally opens the cart, the zombies begin pouring out, and he seems confident, and then just gets hit in the face by 2 blasts of fire. He is looking very hurt.
And I'm gonna Giant Smite at the end of that as my bonus, and go large. Man, I think that's all I can do on my turn.
That's it?
That's
Aw.
it.
Alright, back up to
Killed all of
Milos.
them, didn't you?
Back up to Milos. Yes. I'm gonna walk over here and give Faye a poke of dark vision.
Okay, how much dark vision does that give Faye?
60 feet, I think.
You could post the spell in chat, or
I don't.
If you're sure about it.
remember how to. It says 60 feet in D&D Beyond.
is that 60 feet of bright vision or dim vision?
For the duration, that creature has dark vision out to a range of 60 feet.
Okay, that would be dim vision then. That's good though. That's still very good. Dim vision out to 60 feet. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
And we're gonna have Neko go over here.
Okay. Karek, you're up.
Okay, Kark is going to run over here. And he's going to fiddle with the mechanisms on his harness and expend one of the charges to fire a one of the claws that are dangling from cables on his harness right out at the necromancer.
Okay. What is the DC on that? And
Catapult. So is it an attack roll? Let me see.
it should be your spell save DC, I believe. Like a dexterity.
It's a dex save. Okay. DC 15.
More dex saves. That is a natural 20, so he passes. He ducks out of the way. Your claw hits into the wagon and sticks there.
Alrighty, I will. Let me see. I think I can use a bonus action to pull myself to there.
It should be right, yeah, if I'm remembering the item correctly.
I don't think I'm gonna do that just yet. Okay, in that case, I'm going to have Patch run over and attack him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's 12.
12 to hit. That will hit, actually.
Oh shit! Okay, sweet.
Necromancer.
Alright, it's a D8. 9 force damage.
Okay. Very nice. He's looking very hurt now. Not just hurt. Very hurt. Alright. Next up is Leroy.
I will get line of sight to Tim, the enchanter, and pew Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
First, 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Oh, no kidding. Alright. I was dejectedly getting ready to roll again. You know what? I will for my second game. That's a 26 to hit. Sorry,
Yep.
27.
That's 2 hits.
Excellent. Do I get all those dice to damage? D4. Oh wait, that is. Alright, that is 9, 11, 15, 25. 25.
Okay, yeah. He looks like he's barely up.
Nice. I love physical dice.
Anything else, Leroy?
Oh, movement, action. I'm a warlock, I don't get bonus actions. Nope, nothing.
Okay. Faye, you're up. Milos has helped you out a bit, and you can now see quite a bit farther beyond the range of the fire than you could before. You barely see the edge of the wagon off the edge. Yeah. You're maybe muted if you are saying things.
Indeed. Yeah, so we've got, what do we see here? It's just like 8 dead zombies and then one guy barely standing up next to the dog.
Yep.
Alright. That's how many feet away? 50 feet. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna do good old guiding bolt at that guy over there.
Okay, go for it. Very good. 11 radiant damage. Okay. He is down. And I believe...
Movement from the cart stops.
That's what I'm double checking right now, because I can't remember if it does or not in 5th edition. It's not concentration, it has no duration, and it just says it follows orders, and his last order was to attack.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't see anything about it dropping when you become unconscious. So, he is down though. Your guiding bolt slams into him, and how much light does guiding bolt shed, or does it just make him sparkly?
Might be dim light. I think it says something. Oh no, I'm thinking about fairy fire.
Mystical dim light glittering on the target until then. I'm not. It doesn't say.
Okay, doesn't share radius then. So those of you even without dark vision can see a corpse in the snow here, very sparkly, but he's dead. Can't see anything else around it. It's just a random, like a glow stick in the snow. All right. Anything else, Faye?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. At this point, a few more things roll out of the cart. Just gonna shuffle some bodies around here so that tokens are actually visible. And at this point, the cart has stopped moving. That's as far as these zombies could get on their turn, though. Nakareth, you're up.
Alright, I will move to here. Is that 10 feet? Yes. Start attacking that one. So. Hey, nat 20.
Alright, for 10 damage.
Yeah.
Very good.
26 for 11 damage.
He's still up, but looks very beat up at this point. You hit him once, and his head kind of like spun around sideways a little bit, and he can't quite look at you properly yet. And then you hit him again and just knocked one of his arms off completely. But he's still standing.
Bonus action. I'm gonna take one more.
All right. Yep.
4 for 8.
That'll do it. You just smash him down into the ground, and let's see. You smash him down into the ground, and for a second it stops moving, but then it starts to crawl towards you again.
Radiant damage doesn't help.
Radiant damage doesn't help. Oh, wait, yeah, no, radiant damage does help. You're right, that does kill it. Thank you for reminding me.
It's like, what other kinds of damage are there for undead stuff?
Well, for zombies' ability specifically, I only remembered the critical hit part for, like, I guess tearing it into pieces. Alrighty, so that one's dead.
Woohoo!
Alright, anything else, Nakarth?
You know what? I only moved like 5 feet, so I'm gonna dance all the way back here.
Alrighty. Drost, you're up.
Hit me. Oh, it's kind of hard to see which ones are dead against the snow.
Well, yeah, there are a bunch of
All the
corpses.
ones in the snow are dead.
There are corpses that are moving and corpses that are not moving. They're all still corpses, though.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
That was the one.
That one's dead.
I believe that was the one. Which one are you attacking, Nakarth? This one or this one?
That one.
Okay, so that's the one that Nakarth just killed. If you want to change your...
30.
That works.
Alright. Let me remember my bonus. I'm rolling physical dice today. Swing 1 is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
On the top one.
Okay. Oh yeah, that'll hit.
And that does... Oh man. I forgot all my numbers because I've been just using the inputs. 17, 22 slashing damage.
Alright, that is... You slash right through its midsection, and it collapses into a pile on the ground, but the body then slowly starts... Just the upper half starts crawling towards you again, but its legs have stopped moving.
I suppose I'll stab it again.
Alright, go for it. Just kill it while it's down.
Let it go. Double tap.
Kill it dead. That's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 23 damage.
Okay, Okay, this time you just completely chop off its head and the entire thing stops moving.
Nice.
Anything else, Trost?
That is it for me.
Alright, Milos, you're up.
I can't see. What do I want to do about that? I don't know. I'll hit myself with some dark vision.
Okay. So that's 60 feet of dim vision?
Yep. Oh, look at that. I can see now. Slightly better. And I'll have... Oh, Neko can't see. I'll have Neko move up to here.
Okay.
There we go. And I'll move up to here. Oh, that's a lot of things. Okay.
Just a few, yep.
I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Karik, your turn.
Okay. Karik is going to run up here. And start swinging away.
All right, go for it.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
All right.
Some D4s. Double the dice, right?
Yep.
Not bad, not bad. That is... Sorry. That is 17 damage on the first strike.
Okay, very good. You completely slice off one of the zombie's arms.
And the next hit is a 11 to hit.
That will also hit.
That is 10.
10, okay. You stab it right through its face, and it kind of stops for a second, but it then starts to move at you again.
Alright, as I see that, I'm going to use my bonus action to take one more stab at him.
All right.
Come up with the other end, and that is a 14.
14 to hit, yes.
That is 7 damage.
7 damage. It still won't go down. You chop off the other arm, and it's still just kind of trying to bite at you. Your blade is stuck in its face. It's still just trying to get closer to you.
Resilient bitch!
It got very lucky, yeah.
Alright, that's your turn.
All right. Leroy.
Alright, I'm going to shout across the battlefield. Do you guys think that if I were to dispel the magic applied to them, that it would make them stop reanimating?
Worth a try!
Alright, I choose one of the ones that's currently up and shambling, and I wave my fingers and cast Dispel Magic on it. Dispelling
Okay.
the zombie part of the magic.
All right. You reach out with a spell, and you don't feel any spell in order to dispel anything, unfortunately.
Still costs the slot though, right?
Yep, still cost your slot, but there was no magic on the target that could be dispelled.
Alright. With the rest of my bonus action, I guess. That didn't work. The magic's not part of them. Done. No movement.
All right. Faye, you're up.
All right. It's gonna be take 2 here, since I'm feeling really invalidated by draws. So I'm gonna, as usual, yeah. I'm gonna move just a little bit behind Nakareth, and once again cast a careful fireball. This time, though, fucking right, just like, oh shit, I got fucked up. Just right in the whole ass middle of there.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
We'll be careful. It is careful, so don't y'all worry about that.
Okay, I gotta roll some dex saves here. What's your DC?
Sorry, looking. It's a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, but what number is your spell save DC for 15 or 16?
Oh my god, why am I not?
It should be at the top of your spell list, I think. Because it applies to all of your spells.
My spell attack? Oh, my save DC. Save DC, sorry, Jesus. 17.
17, okay. One of them passes, the rest fail. That was...
Carrick fail.
What's up?
It's careful.
It's a careful spell, which we ruled is it doesn't affect you at all. The fireball just kind of like coils around you without the fire touching you. So the one that passed takes half damage. The rest light on fire. They're doing pretty bad. The one that passes takes 11 damage. And the rest, that's too much damage for them to resist with their fortitude. So the rest just burn to the ground. The one that Drost you were hacking at died in the fireball. One right here in the middle is still up. The rest are dead. But he is looking pretty hurt. Just now his turn. He will just continue forward here. Make a swipe at Drost. Just awkwardly reaching out with his zombie arm. Gets a natural 1. He just kind of swings his one remaining zombie arm at you, Drost, and just kind of, like, misses entirely and then stumbles over. You didn't even have to even try to defend yourself.
He's just like lifting up his leg like you don't touch me.
Yep. Nakareth, you're up.
Alright, wonderful. I'm gonna move up and punch it.
Go for it.
Where is it?
This is the one that is still alive, sorry. It's on top of another body that is...
Alright, it's 35 and 10 feet. Let's take key idiot. Ooh, that's a 9.
A 9 still hits.
Oh my god.
They have an armor class of 8. 10 radiant damage. The one arm that it tried to swing at Drost and missed, you just knocked completely off of its body with that. Still up, though.
Alright, second attack. That's a hit.
That is a hit. Another 10 radiant, and since it is radiant, it goes down.
Wonderful. I stab it in the skull.
You guys are now out of initiative.
Wow. That was interesting. I didn't know necromancers roamed these roads, roving bands of corpses.
So, we can't interrogate him, can we?
No, he's kind of dead. We can loot him.
Yeah, sure. Let's see what he has.
Unless one of you has a spell to interrogate him while he's dead. It would be pretty difficult, yeah.
Not this character.
Alright, so you guys have a lot of bodies in front of you, that's for sure. It smells pretty awful. All of the zombies are nasty and rotting beyond. Like, you gather these are probably the corpses that attract the vultures down the road a bit. They've been sitting out for a while. It's been cold recently, but they've still had quite a bit of time to rot. The necromancer himself doesn't smell all that great either, but it's not rot and mostly just bad hygiene. You can hardly even smell over the zombies completely filling out everything. There are a few corpses left in the cart that appear to have just been burned away in there by fireballs, and others that appear to never have successfully animated in the first place. As far as you can tell.
Ark is gonna try and see what this guy has on him, the necromancer.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Guidance.
I rolled a 2 for a 9 total.
Okay. Looking through his pockets and stuff, you're kind of distracted by the awful smell of everything around you, including him, and it's kind of hard to stay focused. You have to keep turning your face away from what you're looking at. And he is glowing, but it is still pretty dim in this area. It's hard to look through his pockets in this environment, but you do find a pouch that jingles when you shake it, attached to his belt, which you would presume is coins.
He just kind of just swipes it and is like, oh god, Someone can get the rest. Someone else can get the rest. I can't take this anymore. It reeks.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
If you were to count the coins in the sack, there are 9 gold pieces and 12 silver.
Nice.
I'd like to see if I can dig through the rest of his body.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right. Oh, guidance. Oh, I don't think I need guidance. 25.
All right.
Ooh.
So Leroy, you being a Warforged are quite a bit more resilient to the awful smells around you, and you're, in general, at least a little bit less bothered by the rotting human flesh than the other, actual humanoid creatures would be. So you're able to sit there and sift through his pockets quite carefully and make sure you don't miss anything. Also helps that you have excellent dark vision, and everything just appears to be daylight around you, whereas the others are trying to look with, they're more standard dark vision, where things appear dim and hard to see. You don't find any more coins. You do find an arcane spellcasting focus, just some sort of crystal. Doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary, but you could keep that if you wish. There's a few scattered bottles and things, some rations, some water. Doesn't seem like he was carrying all that much. At least from what you can tell, it's all fairly mundane.
Okay, I don't think he had very much except what was stored in his head. Does anybody want this? I hold up the focus.
What is it?
Some kind of arcane focus.
Save a spell book. Would anyone perhaps be able to learn anything from it?
I don't think I can, but I'd like to see the focus at least.
Yeah, here you go. Can I make any use of the spell book? Can I copy down the spells?
You're not a wizard, so
But I am a
no.
tome lock.
Does Tome Lock give you something?
I forget the rules
know
on that
that
precisely.
There's something about writing down my spells. It might be a flavor thing.
I think if you encounter ritual spells, if you have that specific invocation, you can... There's a whole thing for ritual spells in Tome Lock with...
There was an invocation for
I believe so.
I'm gonna hang on to the book anyway.
Yeah, the Book of Ancient Secrets invocation lets you inscribe rituals into it as if you had a wizard spellbook. It can be from any class, though.
Yes, my old warlock had that, and I played her for 2 years, so it just
Yeah, that's
default feature.
that's always a thing I pick on Tome Locks. Yeah, it's so good. No, otherwise it's just flavor.
All right.
Your spells do appear in the book, but they're granted to you by your patron. You don't copy into it.
I will hang on to it until my next level, and then spec into that.
Okay.
I am going to spend a minute to cast Identify on the focus.
Okay.
Alright. While Joust is still big, he's gonna drag the cart off the road.
Okay.
Smart.
Very smart. Appreciate you.
What was pulling this cart?
Horses that I forgot to put on the map.
Okay. That's fair. I was just...
They probably would have died in the 3 fireballs,
like
though. Yeah. So there's probably 2 horse corpses. Thanks, Brain. Horse corpses that are probably very singed and burnt. As is the wagon.
Corpses.
Or horses.
I feel great about it.
But yeah, that's easy enough for you to accomplish, Drost. You basically are able to just drag it as if you were a very large horse pulling the thing and get it off to the side.
After I finish dragging it, I would probably shrink down and just search through the whole thing. However long that takes.
Roll me investigation, please.
Investigato. How should I roll it?
Oh, you still have the goggles, right? Yeah, it would be you'd be able to get close enough for advantage.
Nice. Hell yeah, I'm not losing my glasses.
I forgot if they're attunement or not, or if you replaced them already or anything. But, yes, good. Okay, 24. Looking through the cart, you find more rations, more supplies, things like that. Some more changes of clothes, a few other kind of basic things like that, and a lot of burnt corpses. So many burnt corpses.
Well, that's nothing exciting.
In fact, a lot of the things you find in there are also very burnt. Changes of clothes are singed on the edges. Some of the rations have been burnt into. Bottles of water appear to be splashed onto the inside. There's a few things you could recover if you were looking to.
Nah, I'm just gonna leave it all. We have materials. We don't need second-hand, burnt-ass supplies.
There's some other poor sucker who comes across it.
Yeah, basically. And I guess I'll start moving bodies.
Alright. Start lifting charred corpses and the mangled, rotted flesh. Are you putting them into the cart, or where are you moving them to?
Kind of just tossing them, honestly.
Just to get them off the road, basically.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I'll just drag them into a pile and set them all on fire.
They're just humans.
How much more can we burn things?
I mean, hey, the more ash, the less nastiness for other travelers to deal with.
That is true. The crispier they are, the less they can be revived.
Although, if we're being fair, the birds are probably going to eat it anyway. I like that there's that the object is now just invisible and impeding my vision.
Oh, yes. Rip. There you go.
Cool.
The walls and the tile are different things. I forget this.
Of course they are. That makes a lot of sense. Actually, it does make a lot of sense. I shouldn't make fun of it. Alright, so... Oh, wait, someone else was talking just now, weren't they?
Oh.
No? Okay. So what are we going to do about this? What does this mean? Just
It
random?
means ready for trouble, perhaps, in the future, down the road.
I suppose so. You didn't have any kind of identifying stuff?
Well, speaking of identify, Kark did finish identifying the focus, and it is just a basic arcane focus. It's magical in the sense that it is a magic arcane focus, but it's not like a +1 item or anything like that. It's pretty basic.
Was there any like markings or some symbolism on it that I could like maybe like infer this guy's origins or?
It looks like a focus that you could pick up in a market in any town.
Gotcha. He just tosses it back down in his body. He's like, yeah.
Hard to tell much about the situation since everything is very burnt and everything is very dead and unable to give you answers.
Perhaps
How
we're
much about
over
the situation since our approach was to lob 3 fire?
4.
Four, yeah.
4 fireballs.
4 fireballs, yes. Accurate. There's a section of melted snow up here. the first fireball just completely melting all the snow in a 20-foot radius. And I guess over here is very melted as well.
After the bodies are nice and crispy, Joss is gonna wander back to our cart and pick up his shield on the way and say, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Probably wise for the rest of you.
Oh,
I will
please.
watch.
All right.
No, heck. What, so we're not at our camp anymore?
The archer can't, but you don't need a battle map anymore. All right, Leroy, can you give me another perception check for the remainder of the evening?
All right. It's 12 on the time. 15.
15. All right.
Because I didn't take the shield back. Damn it.
As the night progresses, it is very cold, and especially since you're around so much hot fire recently. But you do see the corpses burning away across the road for a while until the fire eventually dies down and everything is thoroughly burnt. You aren't particularly bothered by the smells, Leroy, but they are very strong, and you begin to wonder how much it's keeping everybody awake at this point. Regardless of the roaring flames from both your own bonfire and the bonfire across the road, the night passes uneventfully and quietly, and you all awake the next morning. It's actually warmer today than normal. The clouds have parted quite a bit, but unfortunately, just by kind of the feeling in the air is that it's probably going to rain later, which is not pleasant in this kind of weather. You see some dark clouds ahead of you, but for the moment, you're glad that it's a few degrees warmer than it has been over the past week or so.
Well,
I suppose I could put on some less ominous music at this point.
Let's
Love
activate
is a
the
thunderstorm.
Titans. Let's activate the Titans and be on our way.
Yes, good point. So you artificers, as part of your long rest preparations, can choose to activate your Titans instead of your Steel Defenders. If you so wish.
I will have Patch sit inside the cart, and he will choose to control a Titan.
Okay. So,
And I'll have
he will as well.
Neko sit on Patch and do the same thing.
Perfect.
Yep.
That makes sense. So, as you both sit together and kind of compare notes real quick to make sure that you're doing this correctly, that you've got everything set, you begin to use the incantations and the magic that you've become so familiar with. It's almost just a thought in your head that you evoke to get these Titans to start. And it's strange doing so on such an unfamiliar object, especially such a large object when you're so used to your own Steel Defenders that have been with you for years, probably. But to complete your morning preparations and complete this ritual, both Titans slowly rise their heads, almost in unison, as you both finish at roughly the same time. And they slowly rise to their feet and then stand motionless.
Holy shit, Milos. This is
Big
pretty
chunky boys.
nuts. Indeed. I think we should probably have them walk, like, flanking either side of the road.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably don't want them to run into a cart on the way. Alright. We're gonna be pretty imposing going down this road.
Very much so, yes.
Hopefully no more necromancers are just gonna run up and fuck with us.
He was certainly fucking with us and not simply asking for help.
Help with what? He was trying to deal with our cart.
Yeah, you're mom.
I mean, anything that does step up to us is going to get kind of blenderized now.
That's
Pretty
true. We
much.
have all of our spell slots back.
Yes, you guys do finish a long rest, get your spell slots, you heal up, all of that goodness.
Breakfast.
So- I will definitely cook some breakfast after last night.
Alright.
Nothing like a pile of burning corpses to build up in.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Go ahead and make me a cook's utensils check.
That's a 23.
Okay. The party gets 4 temporary hit points. And it's very welcome that Karek starts cooking, as the smells of his food being prepared, I don't know if you want to describe what you're making, but they eventually begin to overpower the smells across the road as those as the snow begins to blow over the corpses and muffle them a little bit. As you all gather around the fire. Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're
I'm
good.
just I'm making a whole bunch of horse bacon.
Okay, horse bacon. Very good.
Oh man.
We have a lot of horse meat to eat to go through Nakara. We're gonna have horse for a while.
You should make jerky.
Oh,
Yum,
we
yum.
will. There's plenty of horse jerky, but we got to use up some of the fresh ones I took while
Can you
they're
make
still
horse
good. So,
service?
horse bacon it is.
Making bacon.
All right. So, the day is yours. What shall you do?
So we travel. Yeah?
Keep traveling.
All right. So you take a little bit to pack up the wagon, make sure that everything is set away. You spent several days here in the same spot, and you've kind of gotten used to your ritual of getting up in the morning and just working. And it's a whole different ritual now. Making sure the wagon is all packed up and everything is folded in on itself. And Dross kind of has to instruct everybody of how this part works, how that part works. We got to make sure this thing is locked in place and all of that. But it doesn't take you very long, and you're confident you can definitely get a full day's travel out at this point. Karek and Milos, how do you tell your Titans what to do? Because they certainly cannot ride on the cart.
Yeah.
They're still both standing at attention next to the road.
So is there is the terrain pretty flat, like straight off the road?
The road is a little bit raised over the terrain around it, but not an incredible amount. Maybe only a few feet higher, mostly so that for drainage purposes, just to make sure that the road doesn't constantly flood when it rains. But the area around the roads on either side, for a good few hundred feet, is pretty flat. You're kind of traveling through plains here.
Cool. I'm gonna instruct my my Titan to walk on like one side of it, like off the road on one side, opposite to the other Titan, and just walk next to the cart but off the road.
Okay. As you say that, it will line up next to the cart, now that the cart has been positioned on the road, and it will sit there ready to move once everyone else moves. Milos, I assume you do the same thing?
Yep, except on the other side.
Alright, so both Titans have now lined up on either side of the cart. The horses are not very appreciative of this, seeing as how these are the Titans that killed several of them previously and grievously wounded several of the others. But they're currently not being attacked, so they're just spooked, but not fleeing yet.
Carrick will tell it to walk like another 50 feet away.
Just 50 feet behind or to the side?
Just to the side.
Okay, so just spaced out a bit, trudging through the snow. Very good.
Yup.
We should find or paint smiley faces on the Titans so that they look more friendly.
Okay, Jester.
Damn,
All right.
finish that episode.
So, another day of travel.
Do we get a downtime while we're traveling in this party bus?
I think it depends on what you want to accomplish, because somebody has to navigate, I guess you don't really need to navigate, it's a straight road. Nobody needs to navigate. Nala is driving. If anyone wants to keep watch, you can either keep watch or do some other activity. If you're going through like a wooded area, you could attempt to gather supplies or hunt, for example. Or if you're in the cart, you could attempt to do research, I suppose. It's going to be pretty difficult to get any progress done on crafting in the cart while it is moving. But you could probably get progress on research if you don't mind not keeping watch.
Yeah,
we
Dross?
if I research instead of watching?
Oh. What was that?
It's basically an RV inside, so there's places for you guys to
Yeah.
sit at, places you can just do research while you travel. So
Does anybody mind if I research instead of keeping watch? It's not really a big deal to me, but
I had planned.
you cut out there in a car.
I had also planned to research.
Question:
Uh-huh.
what would it take to basically have a button on my harness that casts Expeditious Retreat?
It's definitely an improvement you can look into. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Let's set a research task for now of a couple weeks, and then we'll determine at the end of those couple weeks. That will be Cart kind of figuring out if it's possible or what he'll need to do from there. How much more research he might need, something like that.
Cool. We'll look into that.
Yeah, so you can start researching possible ways to modify it. Sure.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I might do something else instead. I think I still need to research +1 weapon enchantments. That's what I'm going to focus on.
All right. Is anyone keeping watch?
no.
Nala is driving.
No. Dross was going to be doing research.
What about Faye?
But we're also
I can certainly
nerds.
can do watch. We need me to. I'd rather do research, but
Damn it, we're all nerds. Keep watching.
We can
Maybe
each
we
take a day
Yeah,
for
we
watch and
rotate.
then I'll switch off. We can all rotate.
Well, 'cause I can also research. I'll take this first.
If you want, we can all roll dice to see who watches today.
I got
Roll for
Dice would say
initiative.
I got it. Here, let me
Okay.
roll this 20 real quick, because it's a
We're
1.
disappointed.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It's 12.
It would have been perfect if it was though.
I will.
All right. So Nakarath, make me a perception check then.
I can do that.
Did the music stop? What the fuck? There we go.
15.
15. Okay. So you stay on top of the cart with Nala, just watching about. It's unfortunately not super pleasant, as midway through the day, you guys begin to enter into the dark clouds that are ahead of you, and some light rain falls on you. Normally wouldn't be too unpleasant, but this rain is below freezing and begins to form ice on impact. The horses don't seem very fond of this. You do notice after a bit of travel that the Titans are having a bit of trouble keeping up, and so you and Nala have the cart slow down a bit. You're not making quite as much progress traveling as you would otherwise, because the horses are quite a bit faster than the Titans normally.
Oh boy.
Especially with the freezing rain and the snow slowing them down a little bit. But, regardless, after quite a bit of travel, quite a few hours of travel, you guys make pretty good progress for the day.
At some point during the day, I'd lean down and tell the artificers, "Hey, you might want to look into trying to speed these Titans up, because they're really slowing us down."
Oh.
As I go back to watch.
I mean, you guys aren't going like half speed, but the horses are quite a bit faster than the Titans normally.
I see.
Make Titan horses.
Are we in a rush to get to our destination?
Not particularly, but it is winter, and this is miserable weather.
True.
It's only a rush once the Demon King shows up, but maybe we want to be prepared.
Rush to complete the assignment on the night that it's due.
Yeah. That'd be more like rushing to complete the assignment when the professor asks for it.
Yes. Right. But the day passes pretty uneventfully, though. You do come across an area that has started to be filled in by snow, but you see kind of, whereas so far the snow has been very flat and undisturbed, there's an area where it looks like quite a lot of digging was performed and things were dragged towards the road. You pass it pretty quickly, though, unless you would like to stop and inspect it further.
Digging. Like, of graves.
Assumedly, this is where the birds were flying overhead.
Yeah, it sort of makes me think about all those bodies we burned.
So you do not stop then?
Well,
We can stop and take a look.
yeah, sure.
Up to you
Might
guys.
as well. Yeah, might as well. Quick break.
Okay. So you instruct Nala to slow the cart for a bit, and the Titans move on for a little bit farther, and then eventually they look back and see you guys have stopped, and they stop and turn around and return to you. And actually, as they get close, they begin to walk towards the area where the snow is all disturbed. Just naturally returning towards the cart.
So, what's the situation with the dugout snow? What does it seem like?
Well, the Titans are walking directly towards it, so if you want to inspect it.
Yeah, that's what.
Well,
I meant.
he's saying the Titans are going to trample the area.
Indeed.
And we're not able to determine anything, so this is the hint for the artificers to tell their Titans to not do that.
Indeed.
Hey, stop. Don't do that.
Okay, you're perfectly, as Dross says that. the Titans both stop right on the edge of the area. Like they stop. They stop so abruptly they almost fall over a little bit and have to maintain their balance, but they stop.
Thank Mr. Titan.
So, who is going to take a look at the area? I guess multiple people could,
Or I
but
can investigate myself.
Derek will go out to help him.
Dross will either take a look or help someone take a look. I'm
I'll
not
look over.
particularly picky.
all right. With how many people are doing this, I'll just say whoever's participating. Let's make a group investigation check.
Woo! Group check.
So everybody make a check.
Oh, investigation? Fuck me.
Oh, got 20.
20.
3.
Daddy's home.
21.
Very good. Very good.
4.
All right, mostly good scores. So yes, you guys get out of the cart and stop to look around. The horses, you notice, got very spooked as the Titans were approaching, but now that they're stopped, they're just kind of nervous, but they're fine. You look through the snow a bit, and
Feed the horses some apples.
you look through the snow a bit, and things have been rained on. It's currently raining. It's unpleasant, but things have been rained on. Some wind has blown the snow around a little bit, but it does look like many things were dragged either out of the snow or across the snow towards the road. And looking closer and kind of looking at here and there, getting close to the dirt especially, if you were to look in some of the divots where the snow is lowest, it appears that there's kind of some blood soaked into the earth and things like that. Some earth kicked up here and there by who knows what. It looks like the terrain was, you recognize some gashes in the earth similar to what the Titans that are now following you have done previously.
Oh, okay. So the people who attacked us killed some people earlier.
That is a conclusion you could draw, yes.
Oh, okay. Mystery solved.
Well, great mystery. Let's move on.
Back in the mystery machine.
Alright. So you continue traveling for the day. And I'll say,
Go on.
for the slow speed you guys, or the slow-ish speed you guys were at with the Titans. Make about there. The day's travel. And at this point, you guys, it is getting pretty late in the evening, and the rain is starting to let up a little bit, which Nakarth and Null are very happy for, being on top of the cart. But off in the distance, you guys notice a building, a familiar building. Nakarth, you're able to easily spot it with your excellent perception. This would be a Golden Dragon Inn on the side of the road.
Love to see it.
A familiar inn?
I'll lean down into the cart. Do we wish to stop at a Golden Dragon, or do we continue on in our illustrious transport?
Is this the one that Druss started the bar fight on? Because if it is, maybe we should skip.
Whoever wants to see if they can recall details about that can make an investigation check.
We are kind of near, aren't we?
You make it sound like that was an unsanctioned bar fight. That was perfectly legal.
It's true, we make great money there. We could do it again.
Was that a 14 investigation?
Yes.
Yeah, so as it is called out to you by Nakarth that there is a Gold Dragon Inn ahead, there's snow on it now, and so it looks a little different, but you do recognize this. You notice some details here and there. The sign out front is in the right position. Strange for a Golden Dragon Inn, but this one has a detached stable instead of an attached stable. So some little details like that you recognize. Yes, this is the one that you guys stayed at and won a bar fight.
Same one.
Now that you mention that, I used my arms there. I'd probably go back either.
Oh, yeah.
So on we go. Well, we'll make camp a little further down the road, I guess.
All right. Any objections to that?
No.
Yeah, but only on principle.
Okay. So you guys move a little bit down, just so that you're not within, direct, just far enough away from it that it doesn't look like you're being rude by not going into the Golden Dragon Inn. You're making camp a little bit farther away. Just fine.
Yeah.
An extra half hour or so of travel just to get out of the way.
Park right next to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Start grilling out like right next to
You
the
park your
kitchen.
RV in the hotel parking lot and just
And then don't even go in the hotel.
exactly. Yeah.
No, you go in for the continental breakfast in the morning.
Good point.
All right. So you set up camp as usual. The rain makes it a little bit annoying, but once you finish getting everything set up, the rain is mostly lit up at that point, though it is pretty dark now. Those of you without dark vision start to have a little bit of an issue helping out with the others, although once a fire is started up, it becomes less of a problem. And you settle in for the evening as usual. Leroy, I assume you take the shield?
Yes, I do this time.
Okay. 3 perception checks then, please.
All right. And I will do research in the night, so there will be normal rolls.
Okay.
9, 13, 21.
All right. The night passes, well, pretty peacefully for the first few hours of it, at least. And the rain begins to let up, at least for now. Faye, you have a dream.
Whoa.
In your dream, you are approached by a young girl. Everything else around you is dark. You only see the young girl. And you feel like you recognize her, but you're not sure from where. You can't pinpoint a memory. She just looks very familiar. She is pointing behind her, away from you.
Can I do anything in the dream, or am I just
You may. How do you respond?
Who are you?
She seems puzzled at this. Who are any of us, really? Who are you?
Where are you pointing?
And she points again, and as you say that, you look behind her, and it wasn't there before, but now that you're focusing your attention behind her, there's some kind of forest in the direction she's pointing.
Almost over, or are you,
The forest. I've seen this before. Why are you telling me? What's there?
She continues to point at the forest and then begins to fade away. Until all you can see is the forest. And the forest begins to sort of approach, but it's more like more trees are forming around you and about you and behind you, and until you're in a forest. You see some kind of hut in the forest. And then the dream ends, and you awake. It is the middle of the night as you awake, as if a nightmare is ending and you're just kind of waking up with a gasp. Do you go back to sleep, or do you wake up any of your party members?
I look around. Is anyone else awake right now?
Leroy is currently keeping watch.
I'm gonna
What?
approach him. I got woken up by a nightmare. At this point, I feel it's worth sharing. I've seen a vision of a really dense forest before, and just now I had a dream where a young girl who seemed familiar just was pointing to the same forest again, and it just rushed to become all around me, and I saw a hut inside, and then I woke up. It just feels like it means something, and if we find any sort of ties to this, I feel like I need to follow it. Sorry to be unloading this on you. I know it's the middle of the night, but
No, don't worry. I'm normally on my own with my thoughts throughout the night. Do you know which forest this is?
Can I roll for any sort of like familiarity? Like, does the forest I've seen in my dreams have any sort of...
Sure. Roll me a nature check, I suppose. Just so that's something related to intelligence.
18.
Yeah, you've been to a few places in this area in general, this part of Corvair. And though you've never visited it directly, much like I don't believe Faye has been to Passage previously, correct?
No.
Okay. But you do recognize this. This is not the Eldritch Groves that you've seen previously. The trees here are tall and dark like the Eldritch Grove, but there's not that same sense of looming darkness and strangeness to it. And though you do recognize this as the Duskwood.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Faye,
Yes.
the events in your dream seem to be things that are going to happen or things that have happened in the past.
You get up.
Hi.
Hmm?
I'm still having a party in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I've been robust about talking about. I. It definitely doesn't seem. It doesn't remind me of my past in any way. And yet, I feel like I've. Nothing specific, but I have spent time in the forest before, so it might mean something. We'll see.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go back to sleep and think on this. Thanks for listening.
All right. So as everyone else returns to sleep, Leroy, you go back to your watch, and we'll use the same perception checks you made earlier. But the night passes again uneventfully. A few wagons cross back and forth as just normal travel, but you're able to see some of them going to and from the inn, the Gold Dragon Inn. And some of them you recognize, as you saw previously, House Orient chariots, or not chariots, but carriages. Thanks, Brain. Going back and forth, just normal travel. It seems like travel has picked up again now that the weather is getting a little bit warmer, although the rain doesn't help. And as the morning and dawn approaches, the rain unfortunately picks up again. And it'll be another rainy day. But you're all awake, and it is a new day. What will you do?
Druid when you need one.
We got a day of downtime in yesterday, right?
Yes. Research downtime. Crafting would be pretty tricky, but you could do research.
Oh, I marked off another research for my dream robes. Nice.
Yep.
And someone else's turn to take watch today.
If we want to just go down the list of players on there, Nikareth is at the bottom, so I would go next.
Okay. Make me a perception check then, Kark.
Ooh, really bad. That's a 6.
Yeah, so unfortunately the rain is quite heavy, and as you travel, it just keeps getting in your eyes, with the fast movement, and it's so freezing, it's hard to keep your head in a swivel when everything is stiff and cold. But it is warmer than usual, and so it's not too much of a problem. You're still confident that nothing's going to approach you immediately under your watch. But you don't notice anything in the far off distance. You do see very far off to the north, I suppose, the Duskwood, and far off to the south, the Eldritch Groves. Just woods that are on your mind since you heard Faye mention them recently. But otherwise, the day passes uneventfully, and you guys complete another day of travel.
At some point, I'm gonna talking to people about just like bringing up my dream again. Now that I've slept off the rest of the night, I'm just gonna say that it was the Duskwood. That's what I saw. The hut from my dream. It's in there.
We're close. Is it worth taking an off-road detour for? I mean, it's what, 2 days?
About 2 days travel, yeah. And at this point, as you guys are completing your day's travel here, you do come across another Gold Dragon Inn on the side of the road. This is one you've also stayed in, but it was a bit less eventful.
Well, this one we're gonna burn to the ground.
Gotta make it eventful.
If it's not
No,
eventful, then what's the point?
Exactly. I would be fine with taking a short detour to see what this thing is about.
I hate to be selfish, but this has come into my head multiple times now. I feel like I need to explore this, and if any of you are willing to come with me, I'd certainly be grateful.
All or none, I'm sure.
Sounds like we're taking a side trip.
Is anyone going to stay in the Gold Dragon Inn? Out of the rain, at
Nah.
least.
Nah.
We're
Send
gonna
it.
RV, we're fine.
Alright, fair enough.
Like more than a day's trip, or is it short?
To the Duskwood?
Yeah.
It'd be about a 2 days trip there, and then another 2 days trip back to the road. Although, I suppose you could do like 2 days there, and then
Up to Windshot.
I mean you could go up there. That's not attached to any real road, but it is there. I mean you could take a few days there, a few days back, just a bit of a detour.
Second. That would just off road.
I don't know. I'm cool with it.
I'm fine with it. But something's been eating at my mind today as well. I think I feel a bad feeling in my stomach about the Eldritch Groves ever since I got my vision from the dragon's prophecy. Something there, something in that prophecy had to do with our enchantment there, the continual flame, and the one that happened all around the base. I saw a vision of us traveling through ash and flame. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right.
Do you have any inkling what you think it might be about?
I don't know. Maybe the mishap that we caused is gonna grow out of control or something. Maybe it's something from years down the line. Maybe it's something from tomorrow. I have no idea.
Could be that demon lord coming through.
Or that.
I mean, either way, do you think it's anything that would need addressing before we can access
no.
teleportation?
I mean, I don't know how a way to get there quickly. I think we're closer to the Duskwood. I'm happy to hear
Kieran, your keys.
Hey,
Oh,
Matt,
I'm sorry.
All good.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just think that we need to check on the Eldritch Groves at some point. It doesn't have to be right now.
No, I think you're absolutely right.
Oh. Oh. Phone should be better. So.
Wait, did you mean Eldritch or?
I'm saying we need to check on the Eldritch Groves at some point because Carrick feels like we're gonna set the whole fucking place on fire.
We closed the disturbance,
yeah,
right? And the
What's
continual flame. We closed the rift that we made, right?
I think last time we went there was like various continual flames all around.
Yeah, but those
random-
don't produce heat. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. But
Yeah.
So they're just motes of
weird
light.
magic in the Eldritch Groves, we have no idea how that could affect it.
Oh, it might come alive. Probably. That would
Yeah.
probably just lead to dancing light, not. Perhaps will-o-wisps. But
I
nothing
don't know.
we can do about it now.
Joss is good with whatever. Like, he's up to explore any of these areas, the Duskwood, the Eldritch Groves. But we did seem to have a bit of a hurry to reach Storm.
Yeah.
So it's whatever whatever people feel is important enough to actually delay our objective.
I had this dream happen just as we've gotten somewhat close to the Duskwood. That to me feels, I mean, I know this is coming from nowhere, but that to me feels like it happened for a reason. I do feel drawn to it, but if the group doesn't feel that way, I mean, how long are we out from Stormhome?
I think dreams are very, very far out. But
We're
personally,
going to-
dreams are a rather important thing to me, so I feel like we should investigate it.
Here's how I see it. It's going to be a very long time before we get there, and we are meant to be stopping bad things from happening. If you have a bad feeling about this cottage in the woods, we should go see what's happening there, and if it's bad, we should stop it.
I agree completely.
Okay.
I think rivers are definitely worth it. I personally am in no rush to go to Stormhome.
A cottage in the woods, isn't that usually wishes and hocus pocus?
From the stories I've heard, but
Yes.
What's that do you say, the Baba Yaga?
Baba, what?
He means Baba Yaga. For some reason, he can't say it correctly.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, it might be
What's the
meaningful
British
to the
version of
world in the
mansplaining?
past. Oh shit.
All right. So to be clear, you guys have parked your RV outside the hotel parking lot, and you're setting up camp there.
Oh, I was joking about that. We can go like half an hour down the road. We don't need to park
Okay.
right next to the
Fair enough.
Bill Dragon Inn. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Fair enough. All right. So you finish off the last little bit of your daily travel before the horses become exhausted and set up camp. I assume that's not where you're having this discussion, is around the fire. Just wanted to be clear of the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So, to the Duskwood tomorrow?
Alright, it sounds like a trip to the Duskwood. Who's staying with the carriage? Just in case more necromancers show up.
It's a 2-day trip to the Duskwood. I figured we would take the carriage off
I
road.
thought we would go with it, yeah.
Oh.
Or I'm sure Nala would not mind staying back.
It'll be slow, but I'm sure it's doable. You said thick forest.
Yeah, we won't be able to bring it in with us, certainly, but maybe to the...
It's possible the golems will not come either, if it is thick.
Or how thick are the
Too thick.
golems? Could they walk through the forests in a more destructive sense of the word through? Yeah.
I do not know.
They're very destructive.
But if there is a witch in the forest, we want to piss it off.
But are they ignore trees big?
I don't know if I want to try that.
No, it would be horrible.
I think we're gonna go pretty deep into the forest and leaving 2 big trails.
These
I
are
will let
questions
this all
for the
happen.
morning.
Someone wasn't a Boy Scout.
Yes, probably at least there's one person who wasn't a Boy Scout.
At least one.
Dude, Dross lived as a Boy Scout. He grew up in the mountains.
Preparation is everything.
All he knows is camping.
And violence.
And violence. Lots and lots of violence.
You know, the the Boy
As a
Scout
Boy
code.
Scout does.
Yeah, the Boy Scout code is camping and violence, right? Like that's the whole thing. Yeah.
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 All right. So you guys turning in for the evening then?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Leroy, 3 perception checks as usual. Both Leroy and Nakarath can check off more research.
Ooh.
8, 13, 7.
We're dead.
Well, it started out with a lot of improvement. You gotta give me that.
All right.
Ooh.
The weather begins to get even warmer this evening. You're surprised after how cold it's gotten recently. It seems like a bit of a warm front was coming through with the rain, which is nice because now that everything is wet, it's nice that everything isn't below freezing. And as the night progresses, Milos, you have a dream.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
You see a black horse. Everything else around you is black again. And all you see for a moment is this horse, and you wonder what it could
Can I
mean.
see the black horse if everything is black?
It's not perfectly black, and it's not all of it is black. And it is somehow lit, though you can't see a light source.
Okay.
And then around the horse forms a forest. And then on the back of the horse, a young girl.
Do I recognize the forest as the Duskwood?
Roll me a nature check.
Dear, what have I done? 22.
You have a pretty good knowledge of the surrounding forests, and though you've never visited the Duskwood, you've learned what kinds of plants are there, what kinds of trees are there, and so you are able to recognize it. Yes, this is the Duskwood.
Okay.
But as you sit to look at the trees, the horse bucks the girl off its back and then begins to stomp it down.
Ow. That's pretty fucked.
She becomes a bloody mess, and then you wake up. It is the middle of the night. Leroy is currently on watch.
Well, I'll tell Leroy that I had a dream, and the girl got a horse, but the horse didn't seem to like her very much, so it
Yeah.
stomped her to
That better?
death.
Oh, can you describe what this horse looked like while I consult my dream journal?
Pretty black, very violent, not completely black, lit up somehow. It's kind of weird.
Yes, that is weird. Looked like a horse, though, not
Definitely a
distorted in
horse.
any way. Interesting. I've had similar dreams about horses murdering people.
Does it mean anything? That there's a black horse?
Horses
In the
would
Duskwood?
kill us if they could, or maybe that. Yeah. Definitely not good. We should be on our lookouts. Maybe more of us stand on watch than just the minimum going forward while we're in there.
I'm going back to sleep.
Alright. So Milos turns back in for the evening. And Leroy, you return to your watch, and other than a second party member in 2 days waking up suddenly in the middle of the night with a nightmare, the night passes uneventfully, and you all awake the next day.
Just keep Xanax on stored.
Those of you with hardier constitutions are likely starting to feel pretty warm in this weather now, as the furs and such that you may be wearing to stave off the edge of the cold are now just a bit too much. You begin to sweat underneath them. Some of the snow you noticed this morning as well has kind of melted and refrozen, and everything is crunchier, and the snow is much shorter than it was previously. And that is where we'll pick up next time. So, you guys have a plan. You're heading north to the Duskwood for a short detour to see whatever is up with these weird dreams.
Do remind me to make some kind of skill check related to these dreams to see if I know anything about a creature that could do this.
I mean, if you want to do that right now, we can.
Sure. I have religion. Otherwise, I'm not trained in anything else useful. Probably.
Let's call it just a flat intelligence check.
No. All right.
So I don't think this would necessarily be religion or anything.
14.
So you're able to recognize that this is, at the very least, some kind of dream magic going on. You're not sure what would cause it, but, I mean, this is definitely related to the plane of dreams in some way.
Yeah.
You're not sure how or why. Maybe it's a manifest zone, or maybe there's some sort of sorcerer that has found a way to control it, or maybe it's even the work of Kiori. You're not sure.
All right.
But something's going on.
Cool.
All right. And so that is where we'll leave it. I hope you guys had fun. A little bit of combat that ended quickly because of a few well-placed fireballs.
Hell yeah.
And then a bit of exploration.
Woo.
And
And
traveled more than 0 feet.
whoa, that's true. It's huge.
Huh?
The same number of horses died this session that died last session, though. As a note. Or I guess that was 2 sessions ago. Either way,
I was gonna say I don't remember any horses dying this.
a lot of horses have died recently. That's all.
All right. Good night, guys.
Later.
Night.
Night.